This practice will help you feel and sense the golden thread of truth between the yoga concept of the bandhas, the myofascial meridians, and the deep front line, and our definition of true core. You'll want to be near a wall, and I encourage you to use a block underneath your head to get that length through the back of your skull, that tone in the back center of your throat that helps you turn on the deep front line, but also Jalandhara Bandha and Jiva Bandha. I'll be using a resistance band, but you can do this practice without it, and similar with a dumbbell. If you don't have a dumbbell, just continue with the wall work. Expect a slower start so you can attune to the subtle elements of the bandhas and the deep front line. We'll begin laying down and position the block underneath your head so it lengthens and tractions the back of your skull, and your forehead is softening down. Your eyes naturally want to go down, and that will help you drop the chin down so there's that tone in the back center of your throat. And then you want to measure the distance to the wall so that your fingertips can press into the wall, and that's going to help anchor the shoulder blade on your rib cage and keep the ribs in and down. And then we're going to begin with the feet on the floor, so you can press into your feet, feel that spring in the arches of the feet, Pada Bandha. Also get some tone near the sitting bones. This is the hamstring attachments, and that will help you activate the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. And then put your hands on your ribs. Begin breathing with circumference. Allow the diaphragm to move freely and fully. And this relates to Uddiyana Bandha. It's not the same, but it has a relationship to that link, that seal in the body. And then I encourage you to close your eyes. And for the next 5 or so breaths, trace in your mind's eye the deep front line from the arches of your feet up through the inner thighs, traveling through the psoas to the respiratory diaphragm, your muscle of breathing, and then up near the sternum, through the throat, all the way to the root of your tongue. And then see if you can sense the spring in the horizontal sheaths, the arches of your feet, the pelvic floor, respiratory diaphragm. There's tone in the throat, and there's a sense of almost loft in the roof of your mouth. And then as we move to the best of your ability, sense that echo through the bandhas, the horizontal sheaths, and the volume of the deep front line and Sushumna Nadi. And I'm going to place the resistance band on my feet because it gives me a stronger relationship to my midline, to the deep front line, to Sushumna Nadi. And then hands on your thighs, press hands into legs, legs into hands, turn on the backs of the legs to anchor your pelvis and get the pelvic floor going, and then start to pedal your legs. You're going to exhale, extend the right leg out, inhale, draw in, exhale, extend the left leg, inhale, draw in, and keep going side to side a few more times. Remember that true core is based on your breathing, so we want all our movements coordinated with the breathing cycle, driven by the diaphragm, so you're still breathing with circumference, and rib cage and pelvis stacked, so you're never losing that relationship. You're never arching your back or excessively tucking under. Okay, onward. When you're even between the two sides, put your right hand on your left hand, and then you're going to pedal the right leg by itself 2 times. And then once you've got that, you're going to extend the right arm up. And as you extend the right leg out, you're going to touch your right fingertips to the wall and then come back to center. So you're going to exhale, extend arm and leg, same side, keep belly down, ribs in and down, and then return to center. And do a few more like that. And on this last one, extend the right leg out, right fingertips press into the wall, and get that corset of the core. And you're going to hold for 3 breaths. 3, 2, chin down, eyes down, forehead down, 1. And then over to the other side. Left hand goes over the right hand. And you're going to exhale, extend the left leg out. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, just the leg again. And then 5 times with arm and leg. Exhale, left leg out. Connect the sole of your foot all the way to the fingertips. Inhale, back to center, and keep going. Exhale when you extend. Inhale, return with control. 3, 4, and on 5, you're going to hold. You've got 3 rounds of breathing here. 3. I will shake and quake for sure. 2, 1, and then knees into your chest. Now, round 2, you can repeat what we just did, or you can add a dumbbell. And if you are using the dumbbell, arms will go by the ears, but definitely not past. And note how I'm orienting my hands so I can kind of cradle the dumbbell and then it rocks into my palms rather than me having to tip my wrists to allow that movement. Okay, same thing with a dumbbell or with the wall. Start with knees up, shins up, and then pedal the legs side to side. And arms are going to be still at this point if you're holding the dumbbell. If you're not using a dumbbell, hands on thighs again. And you exhale when you extend. Get the rhythm of breathing going. Inhale, draw in. One more on each side until you're even. And then we're going to do the single leg and the movement with the dumbbell. You're going to exhale, extend the right leg out, and arms go by your ears. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, extend. We're going to do 5. Inhale, center. 3 more. One more. And then on the next one we hold. 3, 2, 1. And then over to the left side. Extend out. You've got 5 of these. Last one. And then hold for 3 breaths. 3. Ribs down, lower back down. 2. 1. And then back to center. Dumbbell can go off to the side. And you can remove the resistance band. Maybe rock a little bit side to side. And then we're going to do a few other movements to help you connect with the deep front line and the bandhas. Transition onto hands and knees. Do just a few rounds of cat and cow. I like the toes curled under here to get more activation in the arches of the feet. And then notice if you can get some echo between arches of feet, pelvic floor, diaphragm, back center of throat, roof of your mouth. And then keep looking for that relationship, that linkage, the sense of a steady, stable, almost tubular center. And we're going to move into bird dog. So you're going to put your right foot on the wall, heel in line with sitting bone. Position the foot so you get some spring in the arch of your foot. And then you're getting tone in the hamstrings and the outer hips, which stabilizes the pelvis and gives you access to pelvic floor. Keep the ribs up and in, breathing with circumference, respiratory diaphragm. Chin down, eyes down, getting the tone in the back center of throat, and then left arm forward. And again, look for that sense of connectivity more than any one sensation or shape. And then change sides. Left foot on the wall, belly up, ribs in and up, right arm forward. And I will also try to get a sense of the arch of the left foot connecting with the palm of the right hand, which is another relationship of myofascial meridians and connective tissue. Hand and knee down. Similar but different, grab your block, wrap your hands around the sides of the block, And you're going to do downward facing dog with the heels up the wall. And then step your right foot forward to the outside edge of the block. Left heel is going to be at the wall. Find that sense of power running through your legs. I'm going to lift the pelvis a little bit so I get more connectivity. And then right arm forward. And just 3 breaths here. And I want to feel aerodynamic from the inner left heel all the way through the root of the thumb on the right hand. And then change sides. You can step back to a plank. And then down dog and left foot forward. Adjust the position of your hips and your foot so there's power and connection, and then left arm forward, and it's like you're extending that power and connection. Another inhale here, and then exhale, step back to plank. Similar but different, down dog. Walk your feet to your hands. Let's flip the block onto high. Bend and straighten the legs a few times, just bringing some power and aliveness into the lower body. And then think of this like a standing bird dog. You're going to put your right foot on the wall, and you're going to hibbity hop your left foot to a position where it supports you, and you're able to reach from your core, from your pelvis through both legs. Stay here with both hands on the block or left arm forward. Maybe even swing the right arm back and then right arm forward. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Hands down. Change sides. Left foot on the wall. Adjust the feet to find that place of connection. There's strength from sitting bones to heels, from rib cage to pelvis, even from your head, neck, and throat through your low belly. And then right arm forward. Maybe left arm back. And then left arm forward. Wherever you're at, 3 breaths. Keep breathing with circumference. Using the exhale for power. You can do the pursed lips for the exhale if you need a little more oomph. And then hands down and left foot down. Just one more movement. Block goes off to the side, fingertips to the floor. And we're going to come up through the ugly forward bend. Again, look for volume, look for echo, look for connectivity. Take an inhale here. Exhale, roll up 1/3. Inhale, pause. Reestablish volume. Exhale, it's like you pour power down through your legs and you come up another 1/3. Another inhale. And exhale, stand up. One hand on your chest, one hand on your lower ribs, and feel. Do you get a sense of connectivity from your feet all the way through the roof of your mouth? Can you get an echo through the bandhas, a sense of a tubular, supportive center, S𝐮𝐻 Nadi, a line of relationship, the myofascial meridian of the deep front line? Can you get a true core? Now, this is a fantastic warm-up for an Asana Strong practice. It is complete on its own, or I would do the ugly forward bend practice after this one. Thanks for being here. Thanks for learning, exploring, and experimenting. See you soon.